The most famous man on the planet didn't simply slip away.
He was switched off like an overheated machine.
We're used to seeing him as a legend, a man who, with one movement of his foot, made the whole world believe you could glide against gravity.
Thriller is still the best-selling album in history. But to the industry, he wasn't a genius. He was a multi-billion-dollar asset that had to keep working at any cost. By 2009, the asset was falling apart. Despite the hundreds of millions he had earned across his career, Michael owed almost $500 million.
Neverland, his fairy tale kingdom of carousels and a private zoo, had become a financial black hole. And then he signed his own sentence: 50 concerts in London.
The series was called This Is It. Tickets to all 50 shows sold out in hours.
For a 50-year-old artist worn down by years of scandals and surgeries, it wasn't a triumphant comeback. It was a marathon for survival. The pressure was unbearable.
Behind the show stood AEG Live, and on the line were hundreds of millions of dollars and the reputation of an entire empire. Every rehearsal day at the Staples Center cost a fortune.
Michael had to be perfect. The same Michael the world remembered in 1983. But the body of a 50-year-old man isn't a machine from a music video.
And then, something broke.
He stopped sleeping completely. Not poorly, not at all, for days at a time. Insomnia turned his nights into torment.
And without sleep, there are no rehearsals. Without rehearsals, there's no $500 million show. When Michael's body said stop, the industry found a workaround. His personal doctor, Conrad Murray, was paid $150,000 a month, but not for medical care. He didn't treat the insomnia. He literally switched the artist off every night using propofol.
Michael called it milk because of its color.
But it isn't milk. It's an anesthetic for major heart surgeries, administered only in an operating room with equipment counting every heartbeat.
Picture this. Instead of sleep, Michael went into deep anesthesia every night, right in his own bedroom. No monitor, no supervision, no resuscitation team. A man who only wanted to close his eyes and wake up rested was lying down each night in a place he might never return from.
This wasn't treatment. It was machine maintenance, so the machine could return to rehearsal in the morning.
And the most haunting part? The day before the end, he was full of life. A recording of the final rehearsal survives. He sings Earth Song, and the room goes still. No one knew they were seeing him for the last time.
On June 25, 2009, the machine broke down. That night, Murray was administering various medications to Michael, trying anything to make him sleep. Toward morning, he gave him propofol. The doctor pushed in the dose and simply walked out of the room to check his phone.
While the world was buying tickets, Michael Jackson stopped breathing, completely alone.
When Murray returned, the artist was no longer breathing. The ambulance arrived 12 minutes later.
There was no one left to save. The king of pop was gone, on the floor of his own bedroom, surrounded by vials, in the house that was supposed to be his last refuge.
The most cynical part? What came next became his most successful commercial project. Alive, he was drowning in debt. After he was gone, he brought in billions. Within days, his records filled the entire global charts. Nothing like it had ever happened before. The film This Is It, assembled from those very rehearsals, earned more at the box office than any concert film in history. The industry turned his absence into a gold mine, making more from him after he was gone than they ever did while he was here. His legacy brought in more than $2 billion. The debts were paid off.
Gone. He did what they had so desperately demanded of him while he was here.
The doctor served only 2 years of his 4-year sentence and was released for good behavior.
2 years for the life of the most famous man on the planet.
After he was gone, hundreds of posthumous tracks, remixes, and reissues kept arriving.
So the next time you hear that voice, that impossible,
fragile, unrepeatable voice. Remember, the king of pop was the loneliest man in the world. He just wanted to truly fall asleep, like all of us.